Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Whenever you are watching this, I am so glad that you tuned in for another video. Here is my weekly vlog.
Good morning, everyone.
Now, I knew that I worked a lot, but it wasn't until I actually started recording my weeks that I realized that I work so much. I never realized how much I did in a week until I was actually recording it. So here is my Monday. It started off with a going back to school orientation and kickoff celebration event. So all the teachers gathered together and met and heard from several speakers and movers and shakers in the community in order to get ready for the back to school year. Now, we were able to take a quick pause for lunch, and this is what was served. They were kind enough to actually put on gloves and serve us themselves. And I really appreciate that generosity. And so I really enjoyed myself here, of course. This was what I ended up getting to eat and what was all on my plate. After we returned from lunch, we heard from this really great speaker who shared his story. He was like a motivational speaker. He talked about how he came from nothing. I mean, homelessness, like one parent passed away, the other parent wasn't really present, and how he now has a family of his own that he is just so proud of and tours all around the world to speak. So he goes by Gabe Salazar, that is his name, and he was just super inspiring. Everybody was tuned into everything he
You were
said.
made for this.
It's always nice getting just encouragement from people who have had experience in education. It just hits different when you know what I've been through because you've been in an actual classroom yourself. After that amazing presentation, we also got some student and staff presentations. They were actually like singing and presenting like some musical talents. And this girl right here can sing. I believe she's one of the teachers, but she did a really good job. And I really enjoyed her, especially because I was one of the only people at my table that recognized the song because I love the movie Spice Girls. Once all of that was over, you would think that we would be able to go home. Yeah, no. We actually did a breakout session where we went into different rooms and just talked with our teammates about how we were going to have a successful school year. Happy Tuesday. Now, today was mainly about decorating my classroom and getting it ready. And so here we have one of my teacher friends rolling out the red carpet in my classroom. Now, here's the good part. In the back of my classroom, there is an entire storage room, and this is my favorite part of the classroom. I know. You would think it would be the whiteboard, right? You would think it would be where I spend the time with the students. Yeah, no. This is my favorite part of the classroom, and if they thought that I wasn't going to completely clear it out and rearrange it and organize it to be my very own personal office, then they are sadly mistaken because that's exactly what I'm about to do. I am just not going to pass up this opportunity to have my own space inside of my classroom. Plus, this will be another way that I can personally get excited about the upcoming school year. Y'all, if you have ever been a teacher or you know a teacher, you know how stressful it can get. And just coming in and seeing this room every day will be a piece of peace. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am definitely one of those teachers that have said for the past 5 years that I am not going back to the classroom. And each year, here I am decorating somebody's walls and rearranging furniture. So here we are, literally going into year 5, and I literally cannot believe it. I am blessed to have the opportunity to have a job, matter of fact, a career, pero it is muy difícil. Now, because I said that this is going to be like my mini office, I do plan on putting a desktop computer in here and maybe even changing the chair out, and you'll be able to see what chair I have temporarily, but it is coming together. Now, one thing about it, even though this is not my dream career by any means, honestly say that I've taken it as a sign that at every single school and classroom that I've been moved into, everything that I've needed has been supplied. Like whether it was a random piece of furniture that I needed, whether it was a certain color that I wanted to tie into my decor in the classroom, every single thing has always been there for me. The very first year that I taught, it was in a middle school classroom and I had nothing. I put out an Amazon wish list and nobody had bought from it and I had no supplies. But I did have this random thought that, I think I want my class color to be purple. For some reason, I don't know, I was teaching science. And the first time I was able to see the classroom space, I opened up one of the cabinet drawers, and what was there? A big purple light that would tie in perfectly to my classroom theme. Shortly after that was open house, and I had a parent to come super early, I guess because of work. Now, he would be one of my students' dads, and when he came in, he saw that my classroom literally had no supplies and white walls, like nothing was in there. He asked me what I needed, and with one quick phone call, there were boxes and boxes from my Amazon wish list showing up at my door. He bought everything off of my list. Another day, another $1 million. Remember how I had told you that all of these clips are after I had been working in my classroom and having PD already? Well, yeah, here's another one of those times. I had been at work all day long, going through professional development, etc., etc. But one thing that I had promised myself this summer was that I was going to take time for me. One day it was like I woke up and I realized there is not a single thing that I do for myself. And that has got to change. Like, I need to wake up feeling motivated and excited about the day, not waking up like, huh, this is another day that I have to get through. And ballet is one of those things that I can look forward to during the week. I have always been super athletic. In school, I did cheer, I did dance, I did volleyball. I did so many sports and things. And then after school, when the opportunity wasn't there in front of my face, I guess I kind of let it go. But we're getting back to it, okay? And I have always loved dance, so it was such an easy choice and such a thought that came to my head that I couldn't let go because I danced when I was younger, ballet specifically, and I was just super excited to start again. So don't mind my street clothes here because, like I said, I had just came from work and didn't really prepare for this day. I am actively looking for another ballet class, especially since I just finished my first class set for the summer session. And so now I am pursuing a different location to take my ballet classes for the fall. So I'm excited for that just to see what because I am one of those y'all like if I do something, I want to do it right. Now, luckily, there were a lot of things that I remember from dancing before, so I wasn't totally starting off as a complete beginner, but still to have that refresher and to have somebody take their time in reteaching really helps. Okay, but do y'all see that point though? Do y'all see the point? Okay. Every single coach that I've ever had, whatever sport that it was always super strict. And I guess I'm just used to that. I'm used to my instructor saying, if you don't do this, then this, or whatever the case. Now, don't make it your personal goal to try to make me cry, you know. But y'all know what I'm saying, you know. You know? So this is Thursday. Of course, what would it be in education without some lame icebreakers? After the icebreakers, we just learned a lot more about how we can use certain frameworks inside of our class in order to encourage student engagement. We ended off the week on Friday at Top Golf. It was my very first time being there and I was excited. And you can see that in the way that I swung this swing. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week and I hope you enjoyed this vlog.